Approximately 66% of men will have experienced some degree of hair loss by the age of 35.
Ew.
Look, it's just stress. Just shave it, kid.
Okay, listen, it's not that bad.
Where'd you hear that?
Yeah,
We're bald by choice. So happy it's Thursday.
Hey, Christopher, it's been
Hey,
a week already. It feels
it
like
has-
we just freaking did this.
It has been a week. One crazy week. But we did it. Episode 1 is out now while we're recording.
Live.
Y'all are listening, hopefully. Maybe.
Well, we're a week behind. So this is a week in the past telling the present people
Right.
to go check out.
Well, I'm not telling
Yeah,
them. I'm just hoping they're already listening.
By episode 2, hopefully we have a few people listening.
At least one or two.
Us.
Us, yeah. We'll have 2 views by the end of the night, but that's all right.
That's okay.
Yeah, just
Oh my
so
goodness.
our loyal listeners know, every Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, we will have a new episode up. Just gonna run it South Park style, try to pump out an episode a week.
Oh, wouldn't that be crazy? Did you know they did that for years on end?
Oh yeah,
Decades until 1 week, and it was because I think New York, because they sent them to New York, or at least they did. I don't know if they do now, but they sent them to New York to be uploaded, and New York was having technical difficulties. It wasn't even their fault, and
How
now
crazy is that?
their streak is over.
yeah, it sucks. It happens. Well, and think about it too. Like, sure, now it's digital, but how many years did they do it by hand? And just
with
cut
like,
out
the
individual.
cardboard
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, it's insane. Good on them.
Yeah, I mean that's one of those shows that could really go on forever because it's all based off of like current events and just the humor with that.
And the daily news is just going to keep giving them ammunition.
Oh, for sure.
Whatever it be, Hollywood, politicians, it doesn't matter. There's always going to be somebody doing something dumb, and they're going to pick up on it. So they're the opposite of The Simpsons. They pick up on it after it happens. The Simpsons just is, they're prophets. They know what's going to happen.
There's literally an episode of South Park called "The Simpsons Did It." Like,
Oh, really? That's great.
Making fun of like they're trying to have new original content, and then they go, "Oh, well, The Simpsons did it," and they're like, "Oh, shoot, you're right." Like,
I didn't know that. I'm not
do you think the what's his name, Matt Groening? Do you think he's really from the future or what?
I don't know, man. I guess anything's possible at this point. Or he just has made enough episodes that it eventually something has to, happen. He has to get it right somewhere. But it's been a lot of things, right?
Oh, like everything.
Yeah.
Like 9/11 to Trump becoming president to literally random stuff like that we wouldn't find out from the news. Like, and it's happened,
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's crazy.
Yeah, either that or the man just has really good foresight. Who knows? Although,
I don't know.
I guess we'll jump into it a little bit later, but maybe he's using the Force, man. Getting some of those Force visions going on.
Oh my God, Jedi Knight,
Yeah.
Matt Groening,
Yep. Wonder what color his lightsaber would be. Blue?
yellow
Green?
idiot. You're so stupid. Yellow.
Purple?
The creator of The Simpsons?
Blue?
Come on. No. He also did Futurama.
Yeah,
So,
true.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Equally great show.
This this week has been full of nonstop training from 6 a.m. till 8 p.m. and now I'm finally on the phones and it's like the days go by so fast. Like I'm gonna have an issue eating lunch because I forget to.
Especially when you're at home, man. Let me tell you, you sit around, you do your work, and then the day's over. You never think about getting up. I don't know how many times even just go to the bathroom. I think to myself, oh man, it's been an hour. I was going to go to the bathroom an hour ago. But then you just get busy doing something.
It's
crazy.
So crazy. That is so crazy that you said that because literally today there were 3 different times where I'm like, okay, yeah, I have to go to the bathroom. And then like I do like, I don't know, 14 calls. And then after 14 calls, I'm like, shoot, I really need to go to the bathroom. And then like I still don't go. I pick up and call another person, and it's like, oh my gosh, to the point where it's like, okay, no, I have to go to the bathroom. You know, like, okay, I can pause this for a second.
Yeah, yeah, and it's one of those things I think where you'll get better at it over time, but it never really goes away. And I think that's just a personality thing, because I have coworkers who talk about they're cleaning their house all day.
What?
They're watching TV all day, and I might have a video on in the background, but I'm not watching it. One coworker was telling me, you know, at one point, who knows if this is true or not anymore, he would play video games for half the day.
That is insane.
Right? There's just different people. And it's not that they don't do their work. I'm sure they get all their work done. They probably just work all day long, you know?
So I'm like, you know, my dad. I've noticed, especially like in the past few days, and especially today, I'm in my last job too, I guess. But that was different. This job is like, my mind is constantly like on the job. Like even now, I'm like, I gotta make more phone calls, and I'm like, I've already put in 11 hours today.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Time to turn it off.
I just don't. I have the hardest time turning that switch off, man. Especially like you said, especially with like jobs like ours and remote positions, and like, you know, where I could honestly, like with the job that I have, I could honestly work for 24 hours and always have something to do.
That's nice, though. That is nice. You'll never find yourself sitting at home thinking, well, what do I do now? So that's not a bad place to be in. It's also unfortunate when you can't turn it off, because you're just going to keep going. Exactly as you said.
It's all like lead based too. So it's like first come, first serve. Also, you have to find jobs and positions for these people. So, and that's first come, first serve. And you also have to like continuously keep talking to these people, because for one, right now it may be whatever time it is, nighttime for us, but 3 hours before in California, it's still the workday.
That's true.
And I'm calling people all over the country. So it's like, you know, how you have to have that conscious decision to turn it. Like after this, after we get done here, I guarantee you, I will go back on my computer and I will submit people to jobs.
Another thing too is, I'm not saying that'll ever stop, because I find myself constantly answering emails at 10 o'clock at night, or sometimes when I'm staying up way too late on the weekends, 1 a.m. and I shouldn't always be answering at those times, you know, and writing out an email. But it is one of those things where I'm not sure it'll ever go away. But you have to also think it's your first week. You're really just trying to jump in, do a good job, and show that you can do it. So hopefully it dies down a little bit. But again, it's good to have a job like that where there's always something to do. That's definitely good for job security. That's another way to think about it too.
Yeah, you know what's also crazy? I was thinking about this today, and I was like, you know, with this job, I'll probably lose all my hair.
No way.
Yeah, I honestly, I think, no.
You'll go bald?
I think, yeah.
That would be crazy. That would be crazy. I couldn't imagine being bald.
No.
That'd be the worst.
That's another thing. You know, fun fact. So back in high school, when we were in high school, we had this, and I'm talking to the guys. I'm talking to the viewers here, or the listeners, whatever the hell you want to call them. What do you got? You know what, guys? What do you want to be called? Can you please leave a comment down on the bottom of this in the comment section of what you guys want to be, whatever follower, because there's a lot of people who, like, I don't know, different streamers, different podcast people, different YouTubers, whatever. They have a specific name for their followers, and I don't think it should be up to us. I honestly think
I agree.
What do you want to be called? You know, like, I mean, if babies could talk, and they come out of the womb and they say, "Hey, what do you want to be called?" Wouldn't that be way much better than naming your kid frickin' Skyler?
We would have some even more ridiculous names. You would have just the most off the wall. But then you would also have those kids who are born just boring. And they stare at something, call me Lamp. I am Lamp. You know?
Now
that's it. And that's your name now. So
what we want you to choose your name. But anyways, I'm gonna just leave that blank, and I'm gonna say back to the story. So I was listening to a local radio station that was in our area called U93, and U93 had this segment where like they would do like some random stuff, and then people would call in. So they had a question, and their question of the day was, it's pretty morbid, but they're like, pull the plug if this happens to me, right?
Oh, okay.
Okay, so of course, I call in, and they're like, hey, U93, blah blah blah. If you're answering the question, go ahead, you're on air. And I was like, yeah. So I'm calling to answer the question, and obviously, being a high school kid, I was super nervous and whatever. And they're like, yeah, we know. Like, what's the answer? I was like, okay. Well, you said pull the plug if fill in the blank. And they said, yeah. And I was like, well, I would want someone to pull the plug if I ever went bald.
Ouch.
Thank God I have a full head of hair.
Yeah. Yeah, full head of hair. Just thick and luscious hair. Locks for days.
There's a difference. I mean, when you do it by your choice, it's your choice to go bald. It's way different.
It is very different. Definitely had a choice in the matter personally. It was not at all because I was thinning.
No.
Not at all.
Not even in my vocabulary, Chris. I'm not even going to say it.
Good.
Great. Grand. Just pure dandy.
Fantastic.
But yeah, so that was the question, and it's just really ironic, but whatever. No
that
one's
is
pulled
funny.
the plug yet.
And then you asked for them to play Kesha, am I right?
Yeah, that was literally my follow-up question for sure. Please play Kesha.
Please play Kesha.
Oh my gosh. But hey, Chris, I just wanna that intro, bro.
That intro, I know. And I would love if we could take some credit for it, but honestly, there's no way it would have turned out as well as it did without special contributions from several different people. And wow. Yeah, fantastic.
And right now I kind of want to, if you don't mind, I kind of want to call the first voice of the
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Let's see if we can get him on.
Call the first voice of the intro. His name is Drake. Real fun guy. Great dude. But he was, if you guys don't know, he was or if you couldn't point him out, he was the first, yeah, I already said that, the first voice of the intro, and he did he went all out. He did 8 to 10 takes, and we had 8 to 10 things to choose from.
I think we both instantly listened to that clip and said, "Oh, that's the one." But before we got to that, I think I had 3 picked out.
Yeah,
that I was ready to just plug and play. Fantastic, did an awesome job.
All right, so we're gonna get Drake on the line here, and hopefully he answers. Ring 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 ring.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey Drake, how's it going,
hey, Drake,
man?
What's up?
It's Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday. It's been a long week, dude. How you doing?
Oh, you got Chris and I on the line.
You are on the podcast. Just want to let you know you are being recorded.
I'm excited, man. This is awesome. How you guys doing?
Oh yeah, living the life, living the dream. We just wanted to call and we just wanted to tell you how amazing of a job you did on the intro.
Thanks.
And how thankful we are that you literally decided to do 10 takes of it.
Amazing job.
Yeah.
I wanted you guys to have just an absolute, just a load of options, and I also wanted to tell you both. I want to thank you because I am also bald by choice.
Oh,
really?
Yeah.
There's no other underlying factors at all. I actually looked at myself the other day, and I said, I have too much hair. This is just stupid for me to have this much hair. I should probably just start going bald. I put it into the universe.
Yeah.
And I was just blessed with a very aggressively thinning hairline. So it's just I wasn't bald by choice. I was bald by choice. It wasn't like it was genetics.
No, yeah, no.
Thank you.
Oh, it's never genetics. It's always bald by choice.
It's never genetic. I know. If you had a choice, you'd be bald. 10 out of 10 times. We get it.
Pretty much. I mean, if you think about it, it's going to attract much more attention than hair would, because when the sun's rays on a hot, sweaty day hit your head, everyone's going to see it. So,
hey, if anything, we could point you out in a crowd if you get lost.
But then the only issue is, then from far away, it could be Chris,
or me, or Vin Diesel,
or you.
All the good-looking guys.
And you're like, who the hell's that guy? Oh, right.
That's right. Well, again, thank you so much, Drake. And you are definitely forever cemented into the podcast. And
even if we change the jingle, you will always be the start of the song.
Yeah. Even if we change the jingle, man, you'll be there. And this is the start of your infamous career, bro.
Well, and I'm just, and this is like real talk. I'm really excited to see what you guys are going to do with it. It's, you both together are going to be a ridiculously awesome combination.
We're something.
just the fact that I can say I did anything to freaking help is great. So no problem, man. I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys are going to do, and hell yeah.
All right. Well, hey, man, eventually I'll make it down to Indy. And maybe, and we'll do a live one, and maybe we'll have you on, like, for real,
a little studio setup.
No, that would be something I need to cross off my bucket list. So you just let me know, and we'll make the damn thing happen.
All right, just answer your phone, though. All right, man. Well, hey, have a good rest of the night. And, hey, why don't you just go check on the episode 1 on the podcast?
I'm going to go do that right now.
All right, we'll talk to you later, bro. Thank you again.
We reached out to him and said, hey, can you record this? And I think he sent us the first recording in...
Yeah.
What, an hour?
At least, less than an hour, yeah.
And then he said, hey, I want to spend a little bit more time on it, and he made a ton more. But, thank you very much, Drake. Much appreciated. Fantastic way to start that intro. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it.
I'm not going to lie. When we first made it, I will quote, what did you say? What did you say when you first listened to it?
I don't remember exactly what I said.
Okay, this is what you said. We got done editing it, right? We were on, I don't know, it was probably midnight. We got done. And you hit the space bar and you just go, that's way too good for this podcast.
Oh, yeah. No, I remember saying, yes. And it is. I think that we're undeserving. It just kind of all fell into place, really.
It really sets up for a very disappointing 45 minutes.
But yes, thank you to Drake, to our friend Brandon, who you will definitely always be hearing from. Now it's time for
What's Going On with Brandon?
Oh, what's going on with me? Well, I am drinking. What's going on with me? I'm with a woman.
And that's what's going on with Brandon.
Thank you to Aubrey, thank you to Mitch, and thank you to Louis. Without everybody's contributions, we couldn't have made it. So,
you know what? And you know what? We're talking about this, and everyone's just like, "Yeah, it was an okay intro." I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. There's no way that it's as good as we think it is, but I love it.
I do too, man. I do too. I literally texted you the other day, and I go, can you just send that audio clip to me so I could just get hyped for work?
Well, two, I think is we set our expectations so low that when it actually turned out to be something that fit together cohesively, it just was a game changer. A whole new level of excitement. So.
Well, and I think that's too, us talking about this and or whatever. It's really meta that we're talking about our podcast
on our podcast.
But it's really funny. But I think that's important. I think it's one of those things where it's kind of cool that, along for the ride, right? We're just going to get better day in and day out as we continue doing this every week.
Hopefully.
I don't think we can get worse.
I would hope not, but anything's possible in this world. We'll get better. We'll provide you little quick links to skip around throughout the video, like all those fancy YouTubers do, and we'll get there.
That's all on you. That's all on you when you're saying that. You
I
just
know.
promised that. That's on you, buddy.
I know. Well, speaking of, I mean, I promised a lot of things last week, and I gotta say, I'm glad I did. Give yourself a challenge, and you're more likely to meet it when there's
That's
something
true.
riding on the line. Although I do have to say now, how about this? I don't know if you're this way or not. I feel like if I set like a real life goal for myself, let's say I want to work out every day for an hour, and I haven't been doing, I mean, you know me, I haven't been doing it for a while and all this. And if I just tell myself, okay, I'm going to do this, 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 and this, I'll do it. And I'll probably do it for like 2 weeks pretty well every single day. And then I'll get excited about it. And I'll tell my friends that I'm doing it because I'm excited and I want to, share my excitement, whether they care or not. And the second I tell somebody, I'm done. I don't do it anymore.
Well,
I just stopped doing it.
A habit is created in 3 weeks, buddy.
I know.
You quit at the 2-week mark.
Well, I'm not just saying, 2 weeks was an example, but there's something in my brain about telling people I'm going to do something that instantly I go, well, now I don't want to do it. I just don't want to do it.
So it's okay. From what you just said, I'm similar in a way that. Okay, so what you're describing is it's willpower, right? So I'll give you an example. 16 years ago in middle school. Holy shoot! I just aged myself.
Yeah, a
Wow.
little bit.
Wow. Okay, so yeah, it's half my life. Anyways, 16 years ago, I decided to give up pop or soda, if you call it that. And
If you're one of those people,
at
least you don't say Coke,
Oh yeah, for the whole thing. It's just
for
like,
all of them.
dude, I stopped Coke, and you're just like, you did Coke? It's like, no, I mean Coca-Cola, bro.
Like
Or
you like
soda.
a Mountain Dew Coke.
Yeah, Mountain Dew Coke. Well, what do they call those? Suicides back in the day. You get
Oh,
one
yeah.
of each of them.
Yeah, at the gas station. But anyways.
I was thinking like McDonald's.
Oh,
I gave that up 16 years ago, and I haven't drank pop since. You know what I mean? But I also didn't say, hey guys, I'm gonna stop drinking pop for my whole life. And then I I internalized it. Really, it was my choice, my decision.
right.
But like the second someone tells me to do something, nope.
Oh, that's a whole nother ballgame. Don't tell me what to do.
Nope.
Do you know what's
When
funny?
I was a kid, yeah, go ahead.
I'll do this a little bit with work. If I'm starting on something for, let's say, a customer or my colleague, and as I'm doing it for them, they reach out immediately after requesting it and telling me to do it faster.
Yeah.
There's something in my brain that says, "Oh, that can wait." And all of a sudden, it takes an hour down on the time that it's going to take me to do it.
You're such an
There's
asshole.
If I was working in there,
if I was working with you on the other side, like, let's freaking role play it.
okay.
Okay. All right. So I play, you play you. I know,
Okay,
real hard to think
easy
of it.
enough.
Okay, ready?
Let me get into character real quick.
I'll be. I'm sure you have to go look in the mirror and like do a mantra.
Psych myself up.
You know what? Listen to the intro of the podcast. Get yourself hyped up. No. Okay. So, and I'll be Mr. Client. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Here we go. Ring, 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 ring.
Hi, this is Chris. Cut that out. Hi, let's start out. I'm just cut that out.
No,
'cause
we're
I
on
don't-
the call, man. No, we're on the call.
No, here, do the ring
Okay.
ring again.
Okay. Second take. Ring, 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 ring.
Hi, good afternoon. This is Chris.
Hi, good afternoon. This is Mr. Client. How's your day going?
Hi, my day is going pretty well, Mr. Client. How are you doing today?
Chris, I'm gonna be honest with you. I could be doing a little better. So you remember that?
I'm sorry to hear that.
So you remember that the project that we're doing? You're working with us, and the email that I sent over.
Oh, yes, I was actually just working on that for you.
Oh, great! This is perfect. It's like I was wondering. So I have this deadline that I have to get stuff due by the end of the week.
Okay.
And I was wondering if you could help me out with, if you could get that done today. that would be
Oh,
fantastic.
absolutely. Don't worry about it. And you know what? I'll send you an update as soon as it's done.
Oh my gosh, Chris. Now that my day went from a 2 to now a 10 because of that.
All right. That sounds good. Have a great
All right,
rest of your day.
thanks. Hey, you too. Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye. Well, I guess that can take a moment. I'll get to that later. Let me. Oh, this customer needs some help.
Are you serious?
No. In that situation, if somebody was that nice and that candid and they called and they expressed it, I would do it. But
Have you
ever had a dream that you want him to do you so much you could do anything?
you're communicating with a person that needs it done.
I will say, stepping back completely, it depends on the severity of the issue. If you tell me that your entire system's down and you can't work, trust me. I'm working on it right now. That is my main focus. I'm talking about the little nitpicky things.
How do I delete my browser history? No, hypothetically.
No questions asked. That is actually something we regularly have to have people do for completely unrelated reasons. It's an interesting world.
Yeah.
Talking to people all day on the phone.
All right. That's enough about business talk.
Enough about business.
Let's leave the 9 to 5 and the 6 to midnight in the past, and we talk about something else. Chris, I've been thinking about this for a very long time.
Okay. I'm ready.
Okay, so as you know, Vine is dead.
Vine is dead. I never got into Vine until Vine was dead, and then I wish I had gotten into Vine.
So Vine happened, and I would okay, what is it? Like, it was more of like a curiosity thing. What is everyone talking about, you know? And then I got into it, and then I'd catch myself for like 30 minutes to 45 minutes at a time being stuck in this Vine loop of, what's the next one? Oh, this one was funny. I'm dying. Like, oh, this is great, you know? Well, now Vine is basically TikTok.
It is, but it's very different now. It's not people
Vine
who
was
are
6
actually
seconds.
funny. Yeah, but it's not
Vine
people
was-
who are actually funny.
No.
There are funny people on TikTok, but
Yeah.
90% of the humor, quote unquote, is people mouthing the words of a comedian and staring in different directions. I don't understand this generation, and that's how I know I'm getting old, because I don't get it.
Well, I don't know, man. I don't know what's on your For You page.
Nothing good, apparently.
No, but so what I was getting at was I if you know me, what comes up on my For You page is like conspiracies.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I can see that.
Okay, yeah. I just love them. And you know me, I always believe anything on the internet, and whatever I see, I'm like, oh shit, and I send to you, and you're like, yeah, I don't know about that. That's probably fake.
Sometimes I wish I could be like that. It sounds like it's a little bit more fun than...
I'm so gullible though, man. I'm so gullible. But the one that stands out, like, now that's on my For You page, is that Helen Keller didn't exist.
Okay. We've talked about this in the past, and I have to say, I've said this since high school, maybe before. I agree. I think, well, here's the thing. I think she existed. I think she was a real person. Try to convince me that she wrote a book, okay? Try to convince me that she wrote a book, because I won't believe it. It's kind of like Stephen Hawking. That it's similar theory, right? People thought that his computer was an AI, right? Controlling him. You hear that one?
No.
You didn't see that one? Okay, so
No.
I don't believe that one. But it's that same kind of a thing where it's like, okay, she couldn't read because she couldn't see. She couldn't hear. She couldn't talk. All she could do is touch things.
So she was, out of the 5 or 6, depending on what you believe,
Yeah, I guess.
senses, she had
1?
2.
What's the second one?
Taste, buddy. She
Oh.
probably could taste
Okay, I didn't think about
and
taste.
smell. She had 3.
Oh, she had 3 senses.
3 out of. Oh yeah. So she.
Okay, well, I
Talking's
guess
not a sense.
talking's not a sense. Yeah. It just kind of.
I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense. To
It
talk.
does. But I don't know. It's just really hard for my brain to say, yeah, she knew what an elephant was.
That's crazy to me.
No. Did you take every animal to her and have her touch the entire thing and then form her hands into what that? I don't know.
There's
very
no,
difficult for me to get around that.
Maybe there is a reason. I don't know if you saw this movie, but back in the day, there was this movie called The Miracle Worker.
Okay, not heard of it.
You ever watch it?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, it's a Helen Keller movie.
Oh yeah, nope.
Oh, you've never seen it?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, well, it's called The Miracle Worker for a reason, and it's about the nanny or whatever, the person. I don't know what she is. We're gonna get shit on the comments of people saying you're so insensitive, but I don't care.
Yeah, I don't care
either. We're joking around,
yeah.
but we're serious.
We're serious, but this is all satire, guys. This is all satire.
But they call her for a miracle worker for a reason, I guess, right? And it's like, how do you teach somebody like that to communicate? How do you teach somebody to write a book?
Yeah.
You can't. I'm sorry.
No. I won't believe it. She has profound statements, and I just don't believe it. I just don't. I'm sorry. I just don't. I've never seen this movie, but I'm going to take a stab in the dark. Was she played by Holly Hunter?
So wait.
Was she played by Holly Hunter in the movie?
Wait. So what you're saying is, like Helen Keller, you're going to take a stab in the dark about what this movie's about?
Yes, I am.
Okay. I know
that's hilarious. I didn't.
Funny.
Fantastic.
Dude, I don't know who it was played by.
What wasn't she in a movie like that? A really famous movie?
Could have been her.
Where she was she was just like a mute pianist or something.
I don't know. I was like, look it up. It won't even let me open it, bro. That means she's not real.
Conspiracy.
Oh, that's funny. But
you know what's interesting?
What?
The Mandela effect. And I know you've been into that. Bernstein, whatever they call it.
Bernstein. No?
Yeah, I know. Frankenstein.
Okay.
Yeah.
Frankenstein, but whatever.
Okay, whatever.
It's okay.
Mel Brooks, fantastic. Everything. But I do.
Yeah,
it's
the Mandela effect. Well,
yeah.
I guess he died. Didn't he die a long time ago?
Not really. That's the thing.
Well, that's the thing.
I thought he died in prison.
Yeah.
I thought he died in prison. I remember learning that specifically.
He just died like 2 years ago.
Yeah, I remember learning that in school. So who knows? Maybe the U.S. educational system's a little broken.
Oh, it is broken.
I would believe that based on the schools we went to growing up. But I really couldn't tell you what that's about. Yeah. That's an interesting one. It's one of those conspiracies that I really want to believe, but then there's always an answer. Like the whole Bernstein, they just printed it differently. So there are copies that say Bernstein or whatever versus Bernstein.
Is that a fact?
Yeah, that is a fact. Like there are, that's what's dumb about it. As somebody else died in prison that wasn't Mandela around the same time that he was in prison, and that's why everybody thinks he died. There's facts like that, and they make me angry because you in your brain you remember it a certain way, Yeah. And then you come to realize
the whole issue though, Chris, is that you in what you said in your brain you remember it this way, but over 100 million people remember it wrong.
That's true too. That is also very true.
Come on. How many times? No, I want to. You know what I want to do? If we ever like
you
This is what I always used to think. Like, when I die, I want to I thought this was a possibility when I was younger. When I die, I want to go back and just watch my life like a movie.
Right.
Or how many times did I say this? Or
right. The video game counter is what people call it. At the end of your session, just when you die, it has your stats, and it's stats of everything.
Yeah, your stats.
You spent
anything.
10 days peeing throughout your lifetime. Whatever it is. Just something like that. Yeah.
10 days is probably
on the short side, right?
Yeah. So I was always thinking if go back and how many times did you say man, wish we were filming this, or like, man, wish we were recording this.
A lot. I do a lot of dumb things. For a very practical person, I do a lot of really dumb things. I'll be the first to admit that. I've had a lot of head injuries in my life. That's my excuse. What's yours?
What's mine?
Yeah.
I'm gullible. I'm a klutz.
Oh, okay.
That's it.
I'm just waiting for that early onset dementia to kick in from all these
dude, it
concussions.
runs in my family. I will either get dementia or Alzheimer's.
I've looked up the symptoms for CTE, and I have a few of them, so it's possible. Just saying, it's possible.
Well, Alzheimer's runs on both sides of my family.
Oof. Yeah.
But I'm going. Yeah, you go. Yeah. Well, yeah. But I know I'm gonna get it, which is fine. I've accepted it. I'm like, why fight it? You know?
Yeah.
But, like, I will be that person that knows he has it. I know, like, you'll forget that you have it, right? But I know, like, now I know I'm gonna get it. So, like, when I'll just randomly, if I ever get into a nursing home or whatever, I'll go into the hallway on purpose, and then obviously I'll forget why I'm in the hallway, and then it's other people's problem.
You say when I'm in a nursing home.
But you know what actually helps prevent Alzheimer's?
Oranges.
No.
Okay, I was just guessing.
It'd be plums. But
Oh, no?
it's actually plums. But no,
Oh, is it?
you know, yeah, it helps you recall, like, helps with.
I thought it helped you poop.
That too.
Oh,
Either
that's
way,
prunes.
when you're older,
That's prunes. Sorry. They're both.
Does a prune come from a plum?
I think so. I think it's like a
A
raisin.
and a grape.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we're on the same page. No, but also reading
Oh.
actually keep your mind active. It actually helps prevent and helps keep your mind active, so it helps prevent Alzheimer's. You know, this is kind of where I was going with this. Reading wise, helps prevent Alzheimer's. What were you gonna say at the beginning of this podcast? You
did
held
it.
yourself accountable.
I held myself accountable. I did it. I read one full book, and I'll say I did a lot of cramming style again. I did a lot of long sessions to get it done, but I did it in a week, and I'm glad I did it. Glad I set the goal. It's one thing if I tell my friends I'm going to do something and let them down, but I can't let down the fans. So I had to get it done. There's no way.
Okay, so the book that Chris just read, that I've read over a month ago, is called Master and Apprentice by, correct me if I'm wrong, Christina Gray?
Claudia Gray. Very close.
Claudia Gray, shit!
Very close.
Another C name. Whatever, same thing.
Really, it's about Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan primarily. We do get
as
revisits.
He's apprentice, right? As he's an
apprentice.
Master
So
apprentice.
it's a little interesting because this is all just prior to episode 1, but at the same time, it also kind of covers things that happen after the events there at the very last chapter. But either way,
prologue.
Yeah, it doesn't say it is,
Epilogue.
but it is. Yeah,
Whatever it is.
It's cool. It brings in other characters that we've recently read about. It fits really well.
Yeah.
You read Dooku and then you read this book. And if you hadn't read Dooku first, I don't think you would really appreciate this book as much as you did. Not that Dooku's a main character, but he's involved. Same with Rail.
He's in it.
Yeah, and
Rail's a big part.
Rail's a very big part. Went from a small part to a huge part. So, yeah, very interesting. I have to say, night and day between the two. I love the first book, but wow, it was just really good writing in general.
Yeah.
I think even if it wasn't a Star Wars book, I would have just loved it. I know that you said that the beginning was a little hard for you to get into, and I said I agreed that it starts off strong, gets a little weaker, but I don't think I ever got to a point where I didn't want to read more. I don't think I ever left.
Great.
Yeah, I don't think I ever left off in a spot where I thought, "Oh, that'll be hard to pick up." It was just finding the time that I could dedicate and actually do it.
Yeah. No, I totally get that, and the thing is too, like, it's just one of those things where you just kind of gotta get rid of all distractions and just like focus in, and like once you're in it, you're in it. You know,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
you're reading it nonstop, and you're like, oh, it's a page turner, blah blah blah. Like now, like after everything, like I have to. I've always had to just like stop myself from reading because I'll continue reading forever. But like now that I'm only reading like 2 or 3 chapters a night, it's like it's torture because I
Yeah.
have to stop because it's like
Yeah.
dude, it's midnight. You got to get up at 6. Like stop. No. All right. Out of 1 out of 10 fake Kyber crystals, what are you gonna give Master and Apprentice?
I'm going to go out on a limb here.
Okay.
I really want to give it a 9 just so that I have room to grow as we get through the series, but I'm going to go ahead and give it a 10 out of 10. I really did not.
Are you serious? A 10?
I really didn't find a part of the book that I didn't like. There were no parts that were so slow that I got bored. There were definitely descriptive parts that slowed down, but I thought that they did a really good job of piecing it all together and why that was important. So
wow.
yeah,
Okay.
and even through to the point where you start out with the hut, window hut, and however you pronounce the person who really controlled that planet, Thurendale or something like that. It's like a Lord of the Rings name, and then bringing it back in the third to last chapter out of nowhere. All of that, I just thought it was really well thought out and constructed. And like I said, I want to give it room to grow, but I think this is how I'm going to base my favorite books of the series.
10.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
What about
All
you?
right.
So what are your thoughts? As you're on book, what, 7? 6?
Yeah. I'd give it an 8.
An 8? Really? So you put it right at the same as the first book.
I gave Dooku a 9.
Oh, I gave it an 8. I give it an 8.
I'm giving Master Apprentice an 8 because I agree with everything you said. Except for, and we can have different opinion.
That's fine. Yeah.
Except for the first 70 pages for me. The first 70 pages, I literally recall this. It took a second. It took a second for me. The beginning, like I get where you can see or how you say that it's exciting or whatever, but to me, it felt like weirdly paced. And the fact that I don't know, it was just awkwardly I feel like it was either rushed or awkwardly written, but I just couldn't put myself in there. And then it obviously, the slow build up, introducing characters that you had no idea what was going to at any point in the story, and then you had the lead up to the inciting incident or whatever. But yeah, that's why I give it an 8, because
I get it.
That slow beginning for me. And the thing is that a lot of books are like that. A lot of books take a while to get into. Like it's already set. It's setting the stage for to call back, reference from whatever. But that for me is why I give it an 8. But other than that, I agree 100% on everything you said. I think it was very well written. Other than that part, and I think that it brings the characters more light than they are given in the actual series of Star Wars movies. And that's what I love about what we're doing. What I love about this whole Star Wars canon challenge is that not necessarily only because it expands the lore, but it kind of gives you an in-depth look of individual characters and a lot of things that you didn't know prior. And I think that is the biggest thing for me, is to expand my Star Wars knowledge, is to be like, wow, I had no clue. Now it makes the character even better. It makes the character,
Agreed.
You're fluffing up the character, and you're, bringing them, bringing to light the stuff that you didn't know, the little minor details, I absolutely love the book. I'm so glad that you read it. And I hate to tell you, Chris, but you're in for a 2-book
wild run.
You're in for the next 2 books that you're going to be reading are
and here's where things are going to get really crazy.
Yeah.
Here's where I commit to reading 2 books in 1 week.
Shut up.
We'll see, guys. Wow. We'll see.
Wow. Wow. That's all I'm going to say. If you do that, if you finish Queen's Peril and Queen's Shadow in a week, it took me a while to get into both of them. So, all right. Well, you know what? Next week it's going to be crazy. It's so nuts because I feel like this week went by so fast with
so very fast.
with me starting the new job and just like how fast paced it is, I feel like this week just flew by. And it's probably going to be the same thing next week until I get a hang of this thing. But hey, next week we can follow up with Chris and see if he, again, disappoints us or impresses us with 2 books, and the next
We'll
week
see.
it'll be 3.
Yeah, and then I'm just gonna read the whole series in a week.
63 book. It's gonna be nuts.
It's gonna be insane. I quit my job.
Yeah, I quit my job. I'm only reading a Star Wars book. Sorry. No, but we have we'll touch on some stuff next week. I'm excited to see what happens from now until then. And until then, guys, stay bald, stay bold, my friends, and we'll talk to you next week.
On second thought, I kind of like bald guys.